Military vehicles flood Beijing. Signs of political tension. In recent days, Beijing has transformed into an impenetrable fortress, with a surge of military vehicles and tanks, shrouded in green tarps, moving through the capital's main streets under the cover of night. Since July, videos circulating on social media have captured massive convoys of tanks rolling down Chang'an Avenue, each encased in metal frames with only small windows at the front and rear. The rumble of engines echoing through the quiet night has left residents uneasy. Rumors suggest that following the Beidai conference, a significant number of battle tanks and armored personnel carriers were deployed to the capital. In the early hours of August 17th, social media erupted with footage of military convoys parading through Dongcheng district, prompting questions. Is this a sign of internal upheaval? Ahead of the September 3rd military parade, organized by the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, Beijing resembles a city on high alert, with armed forces stationed at every corner, from overpasses to intersections, evoking the image of a city preparing for war rather than a celebration. Heightened security and a grim atmosphere in the capital. The atmosphere in Beijing is oppressively heavy. Armed police, military personnel, and plainclothes officers are stationed every few steps around Tiananmen Square, creating a suffocating sense of control. Iron towers have sprung up across the city, and roads are frequently sealed off. From August 15th to 17th, traffic around Tiananmen was temporarily restricted. From August 20th to 23rd, the square was completely closed. Buses and subways skip nearby stops, causing significant inconvenience for residents. On the evening of August 16th, during rush hour, Chang'an Avenue was entirely blocked, transforming into an eerily silent, dead street. In the suburban Daxing district, netizens shared videos showing guards posted every 10 to 20 meters under residential buildings. Shops were forced to close, internet access was widely disrupted, and taxi companies issued verbal bans prohibiting drivers from discussing politics or CCP leadership with passengers. US-based political commentator Chen Pokong remarked, "The regime no longer trusts its people. They are hiding their internal fears." Japanese media, citing sources, suggested that intense power struggles within the CCP are unfolding, with factions opposing Xi Jinping closing in. Ordinary citizens are barred from watching the parade in person. Only reporters and performing students are allowed, leading many to ask, who is this parade for, if not the public? Spreading epidemics. From dengue to chikungunya, fear returns. While Beijing tightens security, southern China is grappling with a dual outbreak of mosquito-borne diseases, dengue fever and chikungunya. Guangdong is the epicenter, with dengue cases surging from 4,000 to 8,000 in just weeks, spreading to Zhejiang, Fujian, Hainan, Yunnan, and Guangxi, all now on Level 1 alert. The authorities have responded with extreme measures, blanketing areas with thick smoke, cutting down trees, concreting over vegetable gardens, and sealing drains with iron grates leading to flooding. A Guangdong resident complained, "The smoke is so thick it's like a scene from Journey to the West. Even Japan's invasion wasn't this bad." Chikungunya has hit Foshan hard, with nearly 3,000 new cases from July 20th to 26th, prompting mass blood testing, mandatory quarantines, and neighborhood lockdowns. Non-compliance results in heavy fines or power cuts. Viral videos show cramped quarantine facilities with beds covered in mosquito nets, guarded by police. Netizens suspect the official numbers are just the tip of the iceberg. The spread is faster than they admit. Severe symptoms, high fever, joint pain, and skin itching, have led to extended school closures, with reopenings delayed past September 1st. With 6 provinces on Level 1 alert and 11 on Level 2, the epidemic is spreading northward, with cases reported in Henan and Wuhan. The government's secrecy, reminiscent of the COVID-19 era, has left people anxious. Is this about controlling disease or controlling the population? Social insurance pressure, a crushing burden on youth and businesses. Amid these crises, a new social insurance policy set to take effect on September 1 is pushing millions into despair. Young people, especially the post-2000 generation, aren't unwilling to contribute but simply can't afford it. With monthly salaries of a few thousand yuan, deducting 1,500 yuan for social insurance is a crippling burden. One young person said, "I'd rather use that money to care for my parents than throw it into the bottomless pit of social insurance." Trust is eroding, as many see their parents receiving pensions of just over 100 yuan a month despite years of contributions. The policy ties basic rights to compliance. Without contributions, children can't attend school, and residents lose access to housing or car purchases in cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. A Shenzhen parent shared, "I paid for 10 years, missed a few months, and now my child can't enroll." In Hebei, even ride-hailing drivers must contribute to secure their children's education. Small businesses are struggling. A Dongguan shop owner lamented, "Profits are low, paying social insurance would bankrupt us." Many factories like Tianhong Technology have shut down overnight, laying off workers en masse. A small factory owner said, 2 years of no orders, rising costs, how can I pay for 20 to 30 employees? It's not that I don't want to, I just can't. The result, soaring unemployment, wage cuts, and a shift to temporary labor. Corruption and injustice in the social insurance system, a scam exposed. The social insurance system is riddled with accusations of unfairness and corruption. Civil servants receive pensions 2 to 3 times higher than private sector workers, 2,800 yuan a month in cities versus just 100 yuan in rural areas. A national audit revealed 406 billion yuan in misused social insurance funds, with 46 billion from 13 provinces diverted to cover local debts. Shockingly, cases like a 1-year-old receiving 690,000 yuan in pension and 30,000 people fraudulently collecting 510 million yuan have surfaced. One contributor of 15 years was denied benefits due to missing paperwork, losing everything. Regulations keep changing. The contribution period rose from 10 years, 1998, to 15, 2011, now 20, 2024, and possibly 30 in the future. The retirement age has climbed from 60 to 65, with plans for 70. With an average male life expectancy of 67.7 years, netizens are furious. Pay until you die and get nothing? The birth rate has plummeted. 7 million newborns this year compared to 20.63 million in 1995, leaving 2.6 young people supporting 1 retiree, potentially 1 supporting 3 in the future. Young people ask, who am I paying for and who will support me when I'm old? Online, social insurance is branded a scam, a tool for control. Without payment, citizens lose their social passport. Deepening economic crisis, mass closures, and widespread unemployment. China's economy is in severe decline, with small businesses shuttering en masse before September 1st. In Shanghai, near Minhang Central Hospital, entire streets of shops are deserted. A vegetable vendor said, "The sky is falling, no money for social insurance, 80% of small businesses are bankrupt." A clothing store owner added, "The streets are empty, better to close than keep going." Large companies, even state-owned enterprises in Guangzhou, haven't paid salaries in 6 months, with mass layoffs. The tech industry has cut thousands of jobs, leaving even graduates from top universities unemployed. Homeless youth sleep under bridges, scavenging to survive. Viral videos show workers crying, protesting on rooftops, teachers in despair, and students taking their lives. In Shanxi, once bustling streets are now locked up. A shop owner said, "I invested millions. I'm lucky my wife hasn't left me." New rental rules from September 15th ban subdividing apartments, driving rents from 700 to 2,000 yuan a month, adding to the burden. Netizens lament, "This isn't cutting green shoots, it's killing the goose for its eggs." The CCP is hiding a 1.2 trillion yuan pension fund shortfall, forcing social insurance contributions to plug the gap. Social impact, eroding trust and widespread discontent. Chinese society is simmering with resentment. Young people feel hopeless. A 1995-born individual said, "Pay from 20 to 60, starve to afford it, for a pittance in retirement. Pathetic." A freelancer in Hangzhou added, "Paying 1,700 yuan a month feels like watching my money vanish." Neighborhood committees pressure unemployed people to contribute. Online, social insurance is called a vampire, a tool for control. Unemployment is soaring, especially among the post-2000 generation, who face the burden of supporting parents and children. One worker said, "Sickness, education, retirement, nothing's guaranteed, so why pay?" Linking social insurance to education, housing, and healthcare strips people of basic rights. In a recession, youth see no hope. 40 years ago, we had kids to care for us in old age. Now, we fear becoming a burden. Public anger is palpable. The CCP hides secrets, from internal power struggles to empty coffers, turning crises into control opportunities. A comprehensive crisis and the CCP's hidden secrets. China faces a multifaceted crisis. Political tension marked by military vehicles and internal power struggles. Economic collapse with unemployment and business closures. Societal discontent fueled by unfair social insurance, pension fund corruption, spreading epidemics, and ominous astronomical signs. The CCP conceals critical truths, from real epidemic numbers to massive fund shortfalls to fear of its own people, using policies as tools of coercion. Young people ask, "Who am I paying social insurance for and who will support me?" With a plummeting birth rate and collapsing trust, the answer lies in an uncertain future where every blade of grass is a soldier, not to protect but to mask the regime's fragility.